All right, so we are recording, and I am excited to be back on Zoom in the new year. It's almost February, which is crazy. I can't even believe we are closing out January already. But I am super excited that we are all back face to face, or at least I can see your names or your profile pictures or something, while we talk tonight about how to close out your month strong. And more important than how is the why. Why is it important that we close out the month strong, and why can the end of the month really boost your business a lot? So there's a lot of different aspects to this, and I'm not sure all my thoughts are 100% organized the way I want them, but we're going to see if this all comes out kind of organized. So everybody needs to check a few things at the end of the month, and that is in order to have the strongest business you can. So your PV, every month you want to look around the 29th, 30th, 31st of the month. Where is my PV? Is my PV at a point where it's a critical point where I could make a choice and have a better outcome for the end of the month? So for instance, things that I look at is, are there any contests that are PV driven? Am I really close to that next earning for the PV? Convention contest right now. Are you super close to being at a point where you're going to get convention points or get more convention points for being at a certain PV? And have you looked at that? Do you know what the convention points are for PV each month? Because that's important. I knew that I was really close to 1,000 PV, and my husband had hit 500 and wasn't close to 1,000. And so there was no point for me to go place an order of any kind under his account because he wasn't at a point where it was going to be critical or it was going to add value. We're at a P96 shakes, which is very sad. And so I went into my account and I made the order for the P96 shakes in order to bump me over that $1,000. Because when I went from, it was, a 900 and whatever, when I went from that over the 1,000, I now am getting more convention points, more convention contest points for being at 1,000 PV. That's really important to look at. Are you near 500 PV? If you're between 450 and 500 PV, you can run the numbers for yourself or ask somebody who likes math. I mean, I can do it, but trust me that between 450 and 500 PV, if you buy a product to bump yourself over that 500 PV, your commission is going to be enough, greater than what it would have been when you go from 15% to 25%. Your commission is going to more than pay you back for that product you bought. So you're essentially getting a free product. So you might spend $35 in a product. Your commission is going to go up by more than $35, going from 15% to 25%. That's always something worth looking at. Am I really close to that 500 PV? In the convention contest, again, 200 PV is where the convention points start for PV. So are you close to 200 PV? Is there something that you could do to work your business in this last day or two to bump over that 200? That might be your first customer. You might have 100 PV or 110 or 120 from your own order, and now might be the time, and we're going to talk about why are customers important at the end of the month, but now might be a great time to get that first customer to bump you over that 200 PV. Y'all, when we're talking specifically about convention contest, we're talking about every single month. This is important. January, February, March, and April. Convention is open to everyone. I know that you all know that, but I want to make sure that's clear. Convention is open to everyone. Every single person is in this contest, whether you started with Plexus yesterday or whether you started with Plexus 2.5 years ago, almost 3 years ago. Convention is open to you. And so you want those points to earn to get the convention contest points, to get the reimbursement of the $100, to get towards winner's dinner, all these different things that you can earn. Super important. So look at your PV for that. The $500 PV, that's always the way it works. $100 to $499 is 15% commission. $500 and up is 25% commission every single month. It's really, 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 really important that y'all look at that. It kills me as an accountant. It really kills me when I see somebody end the month with like 490 PV or, you know, even 480. I mean, you are literally just throwing money away. It kills me. I can't take it. So many times, if I have time, I try to message people privately, but as our team keeps getting bigger, we're nearing 1,000 people on the team. I can't possibly do that. You really have to help your teammates. And if you see it in your downline report, then you go message them, but also teach your teammates that this is something they should look for every month. So after the call, go look at that. Go look at your PV, see if it's close to that 500, see if it's close to that 1,000 or 200 or wherever you are in that realm to get your convention contest points and your 25% commission. So that's one thing that's super important at the end of the month, and it really, really affects you directly. Other things, and this is where like my notes are kind of scattered, but let's talk about people who are under 100 PV. So when you are under 100 PV, you are not commission qualified. So if you have 80 or 90, or I have more than one on my team who has $99 commission, $99 PV. Y'all, you are not going to get paid on anything doing that. So that might be a customer. You might not have bought anything this month, and you might have a $99 preferred customer, which means you're not going to make any commission on that, and you're not going to get your preferred customer bonus. So it has to be above 100 PV. And there's lots of different ways you can get there. I had a post I shared a few days ago that was talking about Costco. And it was talking about the fact that paying the $34.95 to join Plexus is very similar to going and opening a Sam's or a Costco membership. So for people who are under 100 PV, sometimes it's because, let's say they didn't like the Slim, because that's one of our more expensive products. It's really the most expensive product. If they didn't like the Slim, then they kind of go, I'm not doing this. I didn't like that Slim. It was too sweet or whatever. And then they either give up or they kind of just dabble a little bit. Maybe I'm just going to buy the probiotic, or maybe I'm just going to buy the accelerator or whatever. I would say reach out to those people and talk to them about the fact that they have paid for their annual Costco membership. They've paid their $34.95 for the year. Now, if you bought a Costco membership for the year and you didn't like the way they did their chicken, okay? So you're like, oh, I'm never going to Costco again. Their chicken is terrible. No, you'd never say that, right? You didn't like one thing there, but you'd still go back to Costco because you've paid for the year and because they have lots of other things. It's the same thing here. All those people have paid their annual membership for a year. It's your job, it's your obligation, responsibility, whatever, as a friend to say to them, okay, I know you didn't like this, but let's talk about all the other things that you have going on. Where could you get some products at wholesale? Where are you going to CVS or going to GNC or going to Walgreens or wherever it is you're going and buying things that you could buy from yourself? What is your mom on? Is your mom taking something for cholesterol where she could do the Mega X instead and lower her cholesterol for $35 a month instead of whatever, medicine that she's on, paying a copay anyway? What is your daughter taking for vitamins? What is this? What is that? You talk about life. They don't have to sell. They don't even really have to share, but they're replacing something their family is already purchasing with something they can now purchase and make money on their own products and use their Costco membership to its greatest benefit, because it's a waste for somebody to pay that $34.95 and not use it. So I think when people kind of back off and start buying less, those are typically the people we leave away. That's not what I'm trying to say. They're the people that we just kind of let go their own way, and we don't maybe mention it to them. We don't actually go out and intentionally say, hey, how can I help you make the most of your $34.95? I understand you're not interested in the business. I understand you didn't like that pink drink, whatever, but let's talk about some things that you could actually save and make money on. So I think those are important conversations to have, and it's a great way to get those people above 100 PV because A, it's going to help them. They're going to make commissions on their own products. B, it's going to help you because this is a business. So everyone, at the end of the day, this is a business, and everyone who's under 100 PV, nobody's making any money at all. Nobody. They're not making any money. You're not making any money. Nobody is. So any way that we can get them to use their membership to their best utilization for themselves and for their family is great. I talk to people all the time about, are your kids sick all the time? Get them on a probiotic and a vitamin. Are your kids already eating Flintstone gummy vitamins? Switch them over to this one and see that it's not going to help them. It will help them, not get sick. If, you've got cholesterol issues, I was talking to my personal trainer at the gym today. He has cholesterol issues. I'm like, get on Mega X. It's a fish oil. Like, not really, it's plant-based, but you know what I'm saying? And it's a natural way to lower your cholesterol. There's very simple little things that people can do and make little changes that can affect their business and your business greatly. I posted today about the fact that if you buy a bag of Slim, if you kind of sort of maybe have somebody who wants to start the business but doesn't know what to do, or, it's too hard, or, whatever, help them sell for 7-day trials. When it's time for us to do another 7-day, which I think we're going to do really soon, buy a bag, split it up into 4 7-day trials, and sell them for $25 each. And the post that I put out there said you pay $70. I think it was $69.95. You pay $70 for your bag of Slim at wholesale because you paid your Costco membership, and then you sell 4 7-day trials at $25 each, because that's what they are in the retail in our back office, and that's $100. So you've made $30 on your purchase. You purchased for $70, you sold for $100. You've made $30, and you have 4 potentials who may join you in this as customers, or who may join you in this as ambassadors. So once you get those out of your hands, and 4, like, anybody can get 4 people to try this for $25. Again, you don't have to look far. It's your aunt, your mom, your sister, your brother, your boyfriend, whatever, who is just going to give this, a grandma, whatever, who's just going to give this a try and see how it's going to work. So whether we're actually doing a 7-day challenge at that time, or whether you just want to have people try them for 7 days, you can easily do that. And that's great, again, for people who maybe financially are strapped and say, I can't meet this $100 minimum every month myself. Okay, let's bite the bullet a little bit here. Buy this, and then turn around and sell it immediately. Have your list of 4 or 5 or 6 people, or 25 people you're going to reach out to first, and find 4 to buy it, and then purchase and resell it. You can know who you're going to sell it to before you even purchase it. It doesn't have to be, I'm holding all this inventory. Not that it's much inventory, but you know what I'm saying. But I think that's a fantastic idea for anybody who's trying to grow a business, or is kind of like, I guess I'd use the products if I could make a little money off it, or, any of that kind of iffy, or, I can't quite pay the $100 myself. Those people, this would be fantastic for. If we do that, we can still add them to the Facebook page. I assume you mean the 7-day challenge Facebook page. Yes, when we do a 7-day challenge, somebody doesn't have to buy directly from your website. Typically, people purchase from our website, and that's fine too. 4 people purchasing $25 worth of 7-day trials directly from your website is still going to get you over that 100 PV. So either way, it doesn't matter how it's done. But if it's easier for you to just buy it and repackage it, then that's great too. But yes, you would totally still add them to the challenge and still encourage them, and we'd support them in the same way we always do anybody. Absolutely, absolutely. So let me see where I am with my notes. Yeah, I talked about the being creative, things that you'd purchase at Walgreens, whatever. When people get paid. Y'all, end of month is huge because lots of people get paid at the end of the month. So that's really important. It's important for you to recognize that the 30th and 31st are a time of the month that people are actually thinking about buying things because they have money. Recently, my husband's job switched, but we used to get paid on the 15th and the 30th every single month. That was a given. Like, I really liked it. Now we're every other week, and it kind of messes me up every other Friday. But Fridays are a great day to follow up because a lot of people get paid on Fridays, and we get paid on Fridays as Plexus. My husband gets paid on Fridays by his company. It's every other Friday we get paid, and it used to be the 15th and the 30th of the month. Lots of people get paid in those regiments. That's very typical. So those are great times to follow up with people. Fridays are a great day to do follow-up Friday because people are getting paid on Fridays. And then the 15th and the 30th, or the middle of the month and the very end of the month, is a great time to follow up with people because people just got paid. And then they know, yeah, I got paid yesterday, in the back of their head, I actually could do this today. I actually could do a $25 7-day trial today. Yeah, I have $25, I just got paid. This is going on in their head. So it's a great time to reach out to everybody that you can and just follow up and, see if anybody's interested in whatever you have going on. Sorry, I'm like, what else am I saying on my notes? That's honestly, that's a lot of everything that I wanted to say. I definitely think, I don't know how much you guys do follow up. I know that I hear from some people who are great at follow up, and I hear from some people who are terrified to follow up. And I've been surprised a little bit by some of the terrifieds I've heard recently. And I would just tell you, just because we're talking about follow up, I have never, ever had anyone unfriend me for following up with them. I have never had anyone yell at me. I have never had anyone call me any names, cuss me out. I have never had anyone tell me, you make me feel uncomfortable, you make our relationship awkward, nothing like that, because I follow up in a non-stalker format, which means I don't follow up like every day or every 2 days or every 3 days. But I have absolutely no problem reaching back out to someone and saying, hey, I know we've talked about this Plexus thing. I saw this video and I thought it totally related to you. Or we just came out with this great triplex video. I think it explains this much better than I ever could, and it's only a minute and a half. Or I saw this Diamond documentary, and it's about a teacher who was able to quit her job and, now helps adults and loves the training of Plexus, and it totally made me think of you. Or just reaching out and saying, hey, I saw you were in Disney last week. I hope you had a great time. I was just thinking about you, and I want to go to Disney soon, or whatever. Just relational, conversational, and then, Plexus as well. Sometimes I feel like good follow-up is just liking and commenting on people's things. I want them to just know I'm here. I want them to see that I'm still around, that I'm still their friend, and just for them to see my name. And so I start, conversations in comments on Facebook with them. Just, oh, Susie, it looks like you're having such a great time at Disney or wherever they are, and I hope you're having fun, blah, blah, blah. I just want them to see my name and know, they know what I do. They're not stupid. Especially now after 2.5 years, but because I've consistently posted every single day for 2.5 years, nobody doesn't know what I'm doing. And if you're consistently posting, people know what you're doing. So follow-up can be a lot of different things, but you have to stay in contact with people. You have to stay relevant to people. You have to stay engaged with people. And then you have to do some legitimate, real follow-up and really say, hey, is now a good time for you? Hey, when you read all the documents that I've sent you about Plexus, does being a preferred customer or does being an ambassador sound better to you? Which of these products really did you like the idea of better? Would you like to try a sample of Slim? Could I mail you a sample? Like lots of different ways that you can engage with people and ask them questions and get them talking to you about Plexus. If you haven't seen, I posted a great video the other day by Melissa Martin. And I cannot remember the name of it right now, but it's talking about holding a good conversation with somebody and how it's like a tennis match and it's back and forth. It's not just you doing a whole lot of talking and vomiting Plexus. It's a great conversation that goes back and forth. And it was probably in the last 7 days that I posted that in our team page. And if somebody remembers what the name of that is, if you can type it for me, because it's gone. It's not in my head. But it is absolutely fantastic. If you don't know what to say, maybe it's like what to say when you're talking to somebody. I don't know. If you don't know what to say when you're talking to somebody, you need to watch Melissa Martin's video. She's fantastic at that. I mean, it's totally 100% her thing. So that is absolutely great. I see questions, so I'm trying to scroll back. Money back guarantee. Great question. If somebody buys through your website, then there is always a money-back guarantee on every single product, a 3-day trial, a 7-day trial, and every large product, typical product that we have always has a 60-day money-back guarantee from corporate. if you sell directly to someone from your own stash, then you have to do one of two things. You either have to say to them, hey, if you need that 60-day money-back guarantee, I need you to go buy through my website, or you honor the 60-day money-back guarantee. So it's kind of up to you. I've done it both ways. I mean, obviously, if you're giving away a sample is free and it's not an issue. But if you are going to, I had a girl who, it was the day before the 7-day trial was going to start, and she really wanted to do it. And she's my neighbor 2 streets over. And so she said, can I just get some from you? And she's a little iffy. I wasn't real sure how this was going to go. And honestly, I didn't want to be out the $25 because I was going to be annoyed. And so I said to her, sure, but because it's just my product, I can't honor a 60-day money-back guarantee like corporate can. If you want to order from corporate and then give me and I'll trade you, like that kind of thing, that's fine. But she's like, no, don't worry about it. I don't care about that. And so I sold her the 7 days for the $25. But if you are selling, it's called direct retail, I think. If you are selling directly to someone from your own stash of product in your home, then you are responsible for honoring that 60-day money-back guarantee. So that's why we really don't do that typically. I definitely try really, really hard to have everybody order from my website, except sometimes with these 7-day trials, because it is so simple just to package up 7 slim and, sell it to somebody quickly. But it's just as simple for them to go on your website. I mean, if you are motivated by this idea of, yes, I could sell 4 7-day trials, then, absolutely they can each go onto your website and they can get those 7-day trials, and everything bought through your website comes with a 60-day money-back guarantee. So I hope that helps. Following up every other week. I think that's what she's talking about. She said, I love every other week. Or maybe getting paid every other week. Yeah, I hate getting paid every other week because I can never remember if we were paid last week or the week before. What to say and when to say it, Melissa Martin. Yes, Melissa, thank you. I knew it was something like that. So, awesome. That is an absolute fantastic. Can you post that you have 7-day trials for sale? I feel like the 7 days and the 3 days are the only ones that have the price on them on the image. And I know that's the only reason that we're allowed to show that price is because it's actually on the bag. You know what I mean? Like the actual bag, if you went to your website and looked up that graphic, it has the price on it. Other than that, as far as sharing that you're selling them, I might have to think about that a little more, but I don't know why that would be an issue. We're not allowed to give away free product and share about that. We're not allowed to share pricing on anything besides the trials, but the trials have the actual price right on the packaging. So let me think, or somebody, if you have thought of a better answer to that. But I'm not thinking that's an issue. You can't say you're giving away the 7-day. You can give away samples. The thing about selling, the thing that they really are trying to avoid is having people be able to, if Melissa and I are both friends, which we are, but if we lived in the same city, say, or we have mutual friends, which actually she and I have a lot of mutual friends. If I were to start offering lots of incentives because I'm making more money than Melissa is, then that is going to encourage our mutual friends to gravitate to coming and joining my team and not Melissa's team, because I've got all these extra bargains and incentives that I'm offering. And so corporate said, this isn't really a fair place to be. Like either, Melissa Kramer has more money from Plexus, or Melissa Kramer's family has more money, or Melissa just likes to waste a lot of money. We shouldn't have ambassadors and customers going to her and not going to Melissa Torville simply because Melissa's throwing all these incentives at them. So that's when they said, you can't post, your specials that aren't corporate specials. You can't post, that you're giving away free product or anything like that. All those extra incentives can't be posted publicly because it would draw people to you who might not necessarily actually typically be drawn to you. So saying you're selling a 7-day trial for $25 because 7-day trials are $25 is not offering anything new or different or better to anyone. It's just what they are. So I don't think it's an issue, but I will keep thinking. And I'm almost certain I saw Melissa Martin doing it the other day because I know she's doing a 7-day challenge right now. And I'm pretty sure she said that she had 7 days for $25 because that's just what they sell for. So, but I'll keep thinking if anything else pops into my head. Do y'all have any other questions? Anybody? Oh, Sarah said she wanted to give a quick shout out to Plexus customer service. Ordered on 25th. Ship date with my e-check was the 28th. Wow, that's really impressive. That's fantastic. Yeah, e-checks are usually really slow. That's nice. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but some pieces to the back office are the new back office. So they got that dashboard up really quickly for the convention contest. I hope you guys are all usually, I saw Sarah right usually and I said it. I hope you all are using your convention contest reporting that's in your dashboard. So you go to reports, and then it's the very first report that shows you your convention contest points, but that has all been created in our new back office that corporate is creating. So they're doing a lot of new reporting. It looks like it's just part of the old back office, but it's actually integrated into the new back office. So it's fantastic. Renee can't get into knowledge base in her back office. I think that is down right now. Just like the customer report was down for like a week or a week and a half at one point, everything's slowly going to come down and get revamped in the new back office and then show back up. So I had heard something about knowledge base being down, but I will, I'll double check that for you, Renee. So anybody else? Oh, I see Liza asked the same question. I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure it's down intentionally and it's coming back. So anyway, all right. Well, I'm glad to see your pretty faces. This is so much better than the other way. So thanks for joining me, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.